doing these setups is man stressful. Well, it shouldn't be, but YouTube's got all these like things that you've got to make sure. So I had to like go in and out and pull it back and forth multiple times. Yeah. Uh-oh. Dan, you're off. He cut himself off. Where'd he go? Hold up. We'll pull it up multiple things. Are we live? It's saying we're live, but I'm not sure we're live. I don't think we're live. Wait, are we live? Are we not live? Are we going live? Are we about to go live? Can we be live? Is this live? Are we doing live stuff right now? Uh, there he goes again. All right, there you go. There you go. Are
I
you back in? Are you back in?
I am back
Yeah.
in.
Now, this is what I'm trying to break it to the people in the world to understand how these things work. Uh, when you see people on TV and stuff, they got all these people behind them, and the shows go so great. It's because the people in the background are taking care of everything. So when you have to do this yourself, oh no, it is.
I ain't got people, Fred. I ain't got
I
people.
ain't either.
I ain't got a production crew. Hold on.
That's what I'm saying. I don't either. So I'm just trying to. I'm winging it.
You are a one man production crew though, so
Hey man, I'm doing the best I can.
it's good to see you again.
Oh yeah, man, making miracles happen. Making miracles. I hey look like. Let me tell the audience. This is it's really shocking because you even agreeing or talking about doing this like years ago, I this would have been like pulling teeth talking to you about this.
Oh man, I'm telling you, you're absolutely right.
And it's just like you even suggested it. I'm like, wow, dude, you've like changed.
Yeah,
So, but you have. I mean, your physical appearance is changed tremendously.
age grows on you.
Nah, it's more than age. Like I said, what the picture that I'm desperately looking for, and I just told my friend John about this. There's a picture I have of me and you, and when you were in your Corvette, and we were going down 20 from Dallas to Fort Worth to your house, and I took a picture of us two giants in this Corvette, and in my mind I was thinking, "Dang, he got this cool car. How does he fit in this car all the time?" But you fit in there. It was your Corvette, but I was in
How
there.
did we both fit in there?
And that's what I was saying. I was in there and I was thinking, oh my God. And then I just remember at one point you hit that accelerator. I said, I would never buy this car. I said, hell no.
You know, I never took that car out of driver assist mode because yeah, I would have wrapped it around
Oh yeah.
something.
Oh
It's
yeah, man.
just
That
too
car.
much power.
I had never been in a car that when you press the accelerator, it goes where you want it to go that fast. And that was the
Really
first
quick.
time yeah, first time I've ever been in a car like that that just go. And it was like I knew at that point, and I was like, no, because I think we were already going like 75, and in just probably less than a quarter mile, you had us up to like 100 and something. I was like, hell no. I was
We
thinking the
were on a
whole
track,
time,
folks. We were on a controlled track, folks.
right?
No
Yeah,
100
yeah,
miles an hour on public roads here. No.
yeah. We were on a racetrack.
Yeah, we were on a
All
racetrack. That's it.
right. Okay, so let's get into the topic of this show. This is why you're on here. I'm going through this right now. I'm doing Dr. Sabi's all-inclusive advanced cleanse right now. But this man right here.
I've heard a lot of good things about those that Dr. Sabians too. So, and not just
Oh,
from you. I've heard it from other people. So,
so, but this is the interesting thing is there's certain details we're not going to talk about because, like I told him, there's private. We're not going to talk about where he actually works. Now he's using his and what name are you using right now? Oh man, Israel's on here, man.
all
Israel's
right,
on here.
Israel. As my buddy
What's up, man?
Jeff Sounds just logged in.
Oh
He's my
yes,
buddy.
he's on there, man. So okay, so we're not gonna talk about where you work or where I work because we got to leave our personal lives. But the backstory is me and him. I worked at a plumbing company where I first started as an apprentice, and he was one of the plumbers there. Israel's one of the plumbers who actually trained me also. So he was one of the master plumbers that I looked up to at the time, who would talk me
Israel
through stuff.
Israel trained me a lot too, so you know,
Yeah, Israel's been doing plumbing for a long time.
a long
So,
time.
and then he comes from a lineage of plumbers. So, his uncle, everybody's into plumbing. I didn't have none of that. So, I'm listening. When they talk, I listen. So, that being said, uh, you were overweight. I was getting back overweight because when I started, I was 100 and something pounds lighter than what I am now, and slowly, over the time, moved back up in the weight. But you decided to go and do what surgery?
Well, Fred, it
That
took a while. It took a while for me to dive into that. It's a big decision. So I I did all the weight loss, everything you can imagine, all the new fad weight loss programs and everything, Weight Watchers, uh, all the pills that came out, and I tried those, and for a while they worked. They'll
Mhm. All right. Hold up, just a second. Hold up. I think we've lost you on the feed. I can see you, but the camera is not. The camera was not picking up. Your device that you're using is good signal and everything, and it's locked in one place.
yes.
Okay, yeah, because I think it was breaking up bad.
I am in
Hold
a
up.
thunderstorm right now, so I don't
Oh,
know.
that's gonna be an issue. Yeah, that's why I was saying it's good if you got good Wi-Fi because that'll help keep this connection. Um, yeah. And by the way, Israel asked, "Was that you?" He asked, "Was that Mike?"
That is me, Israel. That's me. I know. I've changed a bit.
Okay,
Uh,
okay. Let's get back to it. Okay, so you got to a point where you decided you needed help and you want to have this surgery.
right. I knew I wasn't going to do it at 58, and you're still gaining weight. It's time to just be honest with yourself. And uh, I I said to myself, I need help.
Hmm.
And like I said, I'd heard about this surgery for a long time, and I'd put it off because of pride and whatever you want. And but then it's just okay. Let's do it. And I made the decision to invest in that. And like I said, I have really good insurance, and that helps. But when you look back on it, I probably spent thousands and thousands and thousands from gym memberships to food diets where they deliver your food and everything, and we're going to deliver your portions and everything, and that worked great for a while, of course. But then you even start cheating on that and says, well, I'll just take out all the. Oh, I really like that dessert, and you start before you know it, you've ate all the desserts in 2 days, and then you still have the meals, and say, well, it says I can supplement this by this, that, and the other, and you just roll back. So thousands and thousands of dollars on weight loss programs that work for a temporary temporary time, and I'll tell you, I've lost 75-pound chunks before and gained it all back, and that's demoralizing. It just that kills your spirits, and then the next time you try to lose weight, you have a little less motivation because you knew it didn't work the last time. So I decided to do this, and the ball started rolling, and the process takes a while to actually do this surgery because it is a life-changing
Okay.
event.
Let me start because we got to walk through people through this for the time period that we have. So the process, the year that you decided was going to be the year was what year?
Well, it was 2021 when I decided to start the process.
Okay, you started the process. Tell me, what did the doctors require you to do to get into this process?
So fortunately, I got with a group. So all the doctors that I needed were in this one group. My general practitioner referred me, and you'll need a referral from a general practitioner. And he referred me for this surgery. So I got into a group that included a cardiovascular surgeon or cardiovascular doctor, psychologist or psychiatrist, and the surgeon, and they also have a weight dietitian, I guess you would say.
Thank you, John. John just gave us $1.
Hey, John. So anyway, so all those were in this one health group.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to go to the psychiatrist, and they have to evaluate you to see because like I've told you before, the doctor, the surgeon that actually performed the surgery, you can look at this guy and know that he never has had a weight issue in his life. But
Mm-hmm.
but he knows the impact of this will have on a person. You have to go to a psychiatrist to see if you are in the right frame of mind, or if you're, you know, on the edge of, if this don't work, I'm done with life. Well, it's true. It's people put so much this, as well as I do, that weight goes beyond
Yeah.
just eating. A lot of people quit life, and food becomes the substitute for that for their activities, and so food's always there. It's always comfort. It's never going to say no. It's when you're bored, hey, food's here. Even when you do go out with friends, a lot of times it's centered around eating. Whether you go to
Yeah.
a sports bar and it's nachos or whatever, it's all centered around eating. So
Yeah.
food is always there,
Yeah.
and it becomes your friend. So they have to determine if your life is an active life and you're just having a problem losing the weight, and they give you a little test, and it's not a little test. It's quite the psychiatrist I went to. It was quite a list of things that you have to answer. Unfortunately, I'm not crazy.
Okay.
So they said, okay, you're not crazy. We're going to let you go.
So let me stop you there because I got to ask. Okay, so we got 21 where you started. By this time, 22. So wait. Hold up. One hold up for a second. We're kind of losing signal again. You're off the feed right now. We're trying to get the feed back. I don't know what's going on with the actual connection. I don't see you on the actual video anymore. I see you in front of me, but I don't see you on the actual feed from there you go. You're back on it now, but we're having like the connection that is all connecting. Like your part keeps going in and out. And by the way, I think I did hear like it thunder and lightning in the background.
Yeah, it's settling down a little bit.
Yeah, that's going to affect a lot of stuff. So, all right. So, if you remember where you're at, can you continue from that point? And then I got another question I need to ask.
I was at the I was down with the psychiatrist, and I had to go to the cardiovascular, and they had to test, make sure my heart was, uh, healthy enough for this surgery, because it's like any other surgery. It's surgery isn't just you know popping a pimple.
Hmm.
They're going into you now. It's laparoscopic, so they do mainly just do 4 incisions and they go in, but you're still under anesthesia. And everything else. So they want to make sure that your body, your heart, your lungs are healthy enough to go through this surgery. And that's basically all surgeries. They want to make sure that you're healthy enough to go to make it through this surgery. And after all that, you have a I can't think of the name of it offhand, but they put you on anesthesia and they stick a camera down your throat and they take a look at your
Yeah.
stomach and all that. So I went through
So,
all that.
so you had the sleeve. Is not a gastric bypass surgery. This.
Well, that's an umbrella that they use is when they say, when people hear that you had weight loss surgery, they
Hmm.
think gastric bypass. Now that I think of that as an umbrella, and everything from lap band to actual uh, bypass surgery where they snip your whole stomach out and just connect the tubes, which that surgery is the most effective, and that's not the surgery I had. Mine was basically a sleeve that they put in me, and it restricts my eating. Uh, but that's kind of an umbrella. Gastric bypass is kind of anything like that. It's bariatric surgery is actually what it is. Is the
Okay.
actual term of all that. All those from lap band to they can also put a little balloon in your stomach for a while that actually restricts your eating, but that's very temporary and that's the least effective. Even though it is effective, but it can make you lose weight. It can make you lose weight, quite a bit of weight over a short period of time, but then you're back to having as much as you want. Lap band is a band that goes around your stomach, and then there's a receptacle right underneath your skin. And every so often, that band will start to expand, and you go back to the doctor, and they shoot saline in it, which tightens that band back up, and which is around your stomach, and then now mine was a sleeve. Mine's permanent. Mine's not reversible. A band and the balloon is reversible. Uh, Mine is about 90% effective, and the bypass, which is actually cutting your stomach out and then tying the ends together, is the most effective. I would say that's for the people that are you know way over where the 600, 700 pound people. That's the people that are gonna, and that's about 95% effective. And all of them, you can still revert back. It can roll back.
Okay. All right. So we knew. So starting, you had the surgery in November of 2022.
Yes,
So November 22, right? Was the surgery day surgery the same day? Were you in the hospital for
it was
how long?
overnight. It was overnight.
Overnight. So anesthesia, went to sleep, had the surgery in the hospital overnight. The next morning, how did you feel?
I felt, well. Of course, you're going to feel different, but you don't feel hungry. So I will say this about the surgery: the surgery is intimidating. Even though, as much as you're ready for the surgery,
Hmm.
when I was laying in pre-op, and they were coming talking to me, and they were giving the preliminary uh, pharmaceuticals. They came in one time and they said, okay, we're about to give you this one pharmaceutical. I have no idea what it's for. They asked me, do I have restless leg syndrome?
Mm-hmm.
Now, restless leg syndrome, you just think you're when you're asleep, your legs kick around, but it is a psychological or it is a physical. Uh, anyway, um, and they asked me that, and yeah, I kind of remember having that a little bit, but it wasn't serious. So I said, hey, I'm good. She says, okay, I'm going to give you this, and if you start getting paranoid or you start getting if you start having a panic attack or anything, just let me know, and we can give you these pharmaceuticals that will calm you down. Okay, well, I'm good. I'm a man. I can stick to it. They gave me that, and let me tell you, uh, I I nearly got out of that bed and left. They would have had to catch me and take all their wires out of me and all their tubes out of me because I found they're right. And when they ask you if you've got restless leg syndrome, it compounds whatever that is in your whatever is in your body that creates that situation. It's directed to that. And I said, hey, look, whatever that was, you're gonna have to give me to calm down. You better give it to me. And they gave it to me, and I was all right. I calmed down, and I was in surgery. So I woke up next morning, and I was in no pain really. No, I'm going to take that back. I was in a lot of pain. There was a lot of cramping in your stomach, a
Okay.
lot of cramping going on. It's been a while since I had, but I remember now there was a lot of cramping, and I did want some relief, and they were giving me relief, and it didn't feel like a relief. And eventually the relief started soaking in, and I was all right after that. But the cramping was just oh, it was horrible. It was terrible. And you couldn't do it. You couldn't physically make it go away. It's like you maybe if I regurgitated, no, that don't. Or maybe do I need to use rest? No, you don't need to use the restroom. It's just a cramp. It's a
Mm-hmm.
hard cramp, and they gave me some medication to help me with that, and eventually it went away, and I started getting decent sleep. And you know how hospitals are; they're going to come in every hour to make sure wake you up, and make sure you're still doing okay. But it got a little easier after that.
All right. So 1 week after that, going from 1 week after the surgery to a month after surgery, how much were you eating at that point? How much were you eating?
If you want to add up for the whole week and you want to put it all together, about a quarter of a Dixie cup. That's how
What?
much.
What's how much is a Dixie cup? The regular cups?
Okay, that may
Yeah,
have
the
been
regular.
that may have been a little generational, but the little Dixie cup that they used to hang by the your bathroom that you'd pull out in would be about that big. So let's put it into uh, I guess maybe less than less than 6 or 7 ounces. It was small. So over the course of a week, I ate about the size of my fist. Now my fist is pretty
Yeah.
big on camera, but it was smaller than that. So about half my fist is the cumulative of what I ate, and I barely could eat that. I could
When you
barely. I was
what
never hungry.
what were you did you have to drink a lot during that time? What was the process there?
This is their instructions, and when the doctor says gives you these instructions, you better follow them.
Hmm.
When you don't drink 30 minutes before you eat, and you don't drink 30 minutes after you drink. For some reason, if you drink at the same time you're eating, 5 minutes later you didn't really eat that because it's out now.
Wow.
You will regurgitate, and I don't know the science behind that, but I do know that it gets blocked up and you can't get any air out. It'll trap air in your stomach, and since everything is blocked up, that air is trapped. You've done covered up the air, and it wants to get out. So you you have to get it out. You've left no path. It's a different animal altogether. So it's very uncomfortable. So when you get that, you have to learn how to eat. Not all over again. You have to learn a different way to eat. It's
So
like,
is it still that way now? Like, can
no,
you eat? Okay,
no. But I can't eat a lot, and I can't eat fast. You cannot
okay,
eat fast on this. You take a and when I talk about eating slow, I'm not talking about you know just when your parents said slow down.
yeah,
This ain't that kind of slow. This is you get you maybe have a small spoon and you take a bite, and 5 minutes later you take another bite, and
okay.
five minutes later you take another bite. And
Let
if you do, oh, go ahead.
okay, I because you're breaking it down, but let's put this in perspective. If I gave you a Big Mac, a McDonald's Big Mac, not saying if you would eat it or not, but I'm saying if you had to eat that Big Mac, how many minutes, hours, how long would it take you to eat that entire Big Mac?
The whole Big Mac, including all
Hmm.
three,
Yeah, the Big Mac. This is Big Mac, two, three patties,
I
two.
could spread. I could spread a Big Mac over 2 meals.
What does that mean? That's what I'm saying.
That means
If
I could actually spread it over 2 days. So I would eat
what?
maybe yes I would eat maybe two is a Big Mac that thick. I would eat maybe 3 bites out of it, 3 small bites out of it, and then at dinner I'd eat maybe a couple more bites out of it, which I only eat once a day. So I would eat 3 bites out of it, and then the next day I would eat 3 bites more out of it. Well, my friend Jeff that logged in a while ago, he knows that he makes me up some beans sometimes, chili, which is great chili, Jeff. Thank you.
Hmm.
And he puts it into a let's maybe a 7 quart container,
Hmm.
which is about maybe three, not 7 quart, maybe a 3 quart, 3 cup container, and I make that last all week. That lasts me all week.
Wow.
Yeah. So and it's not guaranteed that you're going to keep that down, because if you drink with that and it's still this way 2 years later, almost 2 years later, it's still this way. If I drink right before I drink water, I'm not talking about alcohol. I'm talking about water, milk, juice, anything right before I eat or during eating or directly
Hmm.
after I'm eating, it's going to come up.
Wow.
It's not going to stay down.
Wow. That in itself is interesting. So basically, you're basically losing weight because you're not hungry,
Not hungry.
and even if you get hungry, you're eating very so. Which they always say we should eat slow to chew our food up and get it as liquefied as possible. But basically, you're eating very slowly, and you're just not hungry. But okay, liquid intake. As I see you drinking liquid, how much liquid can you drink a day?
Well, that's important because I can you can now you got to understand I don't eat during the day. I eat dinner at night, and I eat very little at night. But during the day, I drink enough. I have a demanding job. I'm a plumber like you. I have a demanding job. I work in a pretty hot tropical environment. I sweat a lot, and so I drink a lot. And you can drink quite a bit because you're in a hot on a hot day when you're sweating, you're turning that out.
Hmm.
You're it goes through your body a lot faster than food will.
Yes.
It need your body needs the liquid, and it goes through your body a lot faster than so I drink enough. It's not like I can't drink. It's not like I'm burning up and I'm dehydrated and I just can't drink. No, you can keep drinking. You're not ever hungry during the day. I don't eat because I'm trying to lose weight. I don't eat because I'm not hungry.
So you don't never like at work anymore have little snacks and stuff like that. There's no reason to have that.
No, you people bring donuts in, and we have pizza parties and everything. And the funny thing is you can look at those donuts, and whereas when I before the surgery, all right, I'm a big guy and I don't want to eat a donut in front of everybody, but let everybody leave. I'm gonna rip into those donuts. But
Heck yeah.
now you see those donuts and
Yeah.
they look good. I mean, all that still looks good. You can say no. They had a pizza party at work the other day, and everybody's digging in. And didn't. I just didn't want any pizza. I just didn't want to eat. I wasn't hungry, and I didn't want to eat, and I just didn't eat any pizza. And pizza. A lot of people eat pizza whether they're
Yeah.
hungry or not. That's pizza. We're going to get
Yeah.
some of that pizza. Well, it's not like that anymore. It's I only eat when I'm hungry, and that's, I mean, I don't get hungry like a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
I get, basically I eat because I'm supposed to eat. Like, I don't eat during the day. When I get home, look at Jeff. It was good too. I bet it was, Jeff. But even that what was that gluten free thing that our other buddy ate anyway. Uh,
Gluten
so
free.
so what was I saying? When I get home, I'm not starving. I'm really
Mm-hmm.
not. I'm not hungry. I'm really not hungry at all. Anything would do. I can come in and drink. Protein is very important. You wanna always get your protein in. I could come in and drink a protein shake. I'd be full and I wouldn't have to eat another thing. You eat now. You eat out of necessity. You your body your body needs fuel. Unfortunate thing is most of us don't need as much fuel
Yeah.
as we're getting. Well, now I'm getting the fuel I need. It simple as that. I'm getting the fuel that I'm supposed to be getting, and that's what I do. I don't need it during the day. I get home at night, and I only eat because I need to eat. You need to eat. You can't go without eating. You need to eat. You need to get some
Yeah.
down. You need to get the proteins. You need to get the vitamins, and so that's the reason I eat now. Not because I'm starving, not because I'm craving, not because it's a habit. It's because I need to eat. So I eat.
Okay, so now we're a year and a half into surgery. They allowed you to go ahead with the surgery at that point. So that was your willpower to get. That's what they wanted to see you before that surgery. You got 30 pounds out of the 50 off. You're down to 360 now. How much do you weigh right now?
217 pounds.
217 pounds. And we're looking at this is right over a year and a half. It's like a
It's
year and
November, so yeah, right at a year and a half.
so if we go December, January, February, March, April, May, and then we'll kind of count June. We're looking at 19 months. 19
Yeah,
months ago.
right.
19 months. Damn.
And
217.
I do want to interject this in case people out there are thinking about this surgery. I had some missteps during this surgery. One is you're going to lose weight. You're going to lose weight unless you have unless you're really bad off and you just try and you keep on eating and you just blow this out. You're going to lose weight.
Mhm.
The thing about it is when I mentioned a while ago, you want to get a lot of protein in. I think that's the most important thing. Not only that is you want to now this is where I did a misstep. I hated going to the gym, so I didn't do any weight training, anything like that. But my job is very easy to get exercise walking. We walk everywhere. We have buildings that are 40, 50, 60 stories high. And so I, instead of taking the elevator now, I started climbing the stairs. And one day we had to go up. We could have gone the elevator, but I told my partner, I said, you can take the elevator up. I'm going to take the stairs. And we went and I went up. I think it was like 40 flights. And so that was easy to do, but that's mainly cardiovascular. Stairs mix a little bit of muscle into because you gotta have strong muscles. But mainly, I walked everywhere. The thing I really should have been doing, yeah, walking, but the thing I should have been doing is maybe take some light weights and do some weight training, because
Okay.
when you start losing weight, your body needs energy, and the greatest source of energy is, I'm sure a lot of people know, is your muscles.
Muscle.
And if you whenever you drink the protein, that's not enough. You've got to use the protein. You got to work your muscles. If you're not working your muscles, your body's going to say, okay, I'm going after those muscles, and they're not going to go after the stored fat you have. It's not going to be like that. But
Yeah. That's what
if
most
you
people
do,
think is going to happen.
yeah, if you do a
Yeah.
little bit of weight training, I'm not talking about trying to enter a bodybuilding contest. I'm
Yeah.
talking about maybe 5 or 10 pound dumbbells, and just maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes a day, just doing curls, or just doing some sit-ups, and because there's reason why we got here is because we don't like to go to the gym, and we like to eat.
Mm.
So I'm not talking about going to the gym. I'm talking about getting a couple of dumbbells, or using what you have at home, and do some put down and do some dips and everything like that. I didn't do that, and I'm feeling it now. My digestive system destroyed my muscles, and not to the point that I'm crippled or anything, and I still got muscle. I had a lot of muscle before, but you can feel it in your shoulders, and you can feel it in your strength. You don't have that strength anymore. It doesn't have to be that way. You can lose all that weight and still have a nice, slim, trim, and muscles. But you've got to, during all this, you've got to keep those working. So
Weight.
then your body will say, hey, he needs the muscles. He's working the muscles. We're going to go after that fat. And that's what you want. So,
It's interesting that you brought that up because the cleanse that I'm on right now, that was the thing. I knew I was going to go into this cleanse. I knew that if they put it on,
build it up. I don't even think you have to build it up either. You can stay it the same way. Just do a lot of reps, because that's your extra. You need to exercise your muscles. Now, yeah, I go up the stairs, and that's exercising my leg muscles when I go up the stairs, or
hmm
when I walk a lot, and I can walk a long way now, which I couldn't before, and that was the reason why I really needed this surgery to begin with, is because my knees were failing, my joints were failing. I couldn't keep up with my coworkers. They were having to take up slack for me, and I didn't like that. I didn't like the fact I wanted to keep up with them. I wanted to work like they could work. I wanted to be getting into places. I work with Jeff Sams that's on here, and we did a lot of work together, and he was always having to pick up my slack. If someone had to go up that ladder, he was going to have to go up that ladder. If someone was going to have to get in a tight spot, he was going to have to get in the tight spot. And it really started bothering me, and that's a big reason why. And the same thing when we worked at back at the plum company we worked for. A lot of people had to take up my slack. Even you, if someone was getting in that attic, well, yeah, it's going to still be the same. I was the plumber, you were the apprentice. You still getting in that
hey,
attic,
wait, wait, wait,
but
wait,
at
wait.
least I know I could have got in that attic.
Let, hey, let me tell you this funny story because I started in plumbing when I was 41. So, I'm a grown man, getting into this. But I'm not going to say his name because he still works for the company. But it was so funny. Many a times the younger kids always had an issue with that. They were like, well, he the plumber. He should be up here doing it. It's like, but you're the apprentice. You need to learn this stuff and hands-on touch it, do it and stuff like that. And so because you make fun of me on this, but I bring this back up because it's a major point. We were doing Upanor in that bathroom in that house in Cedar Hill, and
Yeah.
I forgot to put the ring on.
No,
But
you put the ring on. You didn't clamp it.
no, 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 I didn't put the ring.
Okay.
I Ubered it. I Uberdoored up the pipe,
Oh yeah.
but I stuck it in. But I put the fitting in, but it has to have that ring.
Yeah.
So, but as a responsible person, because I'm an older man, I'm responsible. I'm like, hey, if I make a mistake, it's a mistake. Go ahead and fix the mistake. Don't try to, oh, it'll be okay. So, I told you about it. And of course, you made fun of it. And I go back and we redo it and I put the ring on. And everything's good. But the other kid, who's a plumber now, he has his license. And it's so funny because he goes, man, there's many times I've been up in the attic and I may have missed that ring and putting on that ring. And I was thinking, boy, I said, man, who you've worked with a lot, not just you, there's a lot of other plumbers they've worked for. And I was thinking, oh boy, how many rings has he missed? Because it was a pride thing for me. I didn't mind getting up in the attic because this is something that I knew I had to do anyway. You know, I had to learn. It doesn't matter my size. And by the way, remember I told you, I gained weight since then. When I came into that plumbing company, I was 100 pounds lighter because I was doing Dr. Sabi stuff back then. This is 2016. So I was slimmer and trimmer then, but that's why I took it as,
Well, see,
I took it as good to get up there and do it.
yeah, you were harder on yourself than I was. Basically, I just thought it was funny, and because it didn't really mess anything up, and it also gave me the opportunity to have something to laugh at you for years and years and years and years and years,
Oh,
and
that
hang
shit
that.
don't matter now.
Remember that rain? Remember when you flooded that house and
My
you only spilled maybe a cup
man.
full of water, but
Nah,
it was
I
now
didn't flood.
it's so you flooded that
I
house.
didn't flood. I didn't flood that house out. I can tell you that because I went back and made sure I told you, so we went back and fixed it. If I didn't tell you, and they like, I know now because this is what I do.
Yeah.
So it's like some of the. I almost said one of the places that I work at, but one of the places that I have to go into, the water pressure ain't normal. It is coming in way over 90 psi. So
Mm.
a failure of that will flood them out. And it ain't gonna flood them out immediately. It's like overnight that thing's gonna go, and then the next morning they're gonna be flooded out. Nah, you really gotta be on it because their water pressure is so high in their building. But nah, that was a lesson. That's a good lesson. That's what I was telling the dudes. I was the younger kid. I was like, dude, these are lessons that you need to know. They didn't want to get in the tunnels. I love the freaking tunnels. I love getting in them, going them underground. Hey, I got a video on here where I did a tunnel with Ramiro, and it got like 1,000 views on here. It was a ton. It was one of my favorite tunnels because the dig crew went in there and man, they tunneled it out perfect. I mean, it was big enough for me and him to move around in. If I had to change directions in, I was like, man, that's how you want it.
Well, you always want to have a tunnel you can change directions in case the direction you're going all of a sudden starts closing. So
Yeah,
no, yeah, it was kind of partial that you guys did need to know that, and the fact that I'm too big to get in that attic. But now, fortunately, I'm in a job that we don't have any more attics like that or any crawl spaces like that to get into because I've lost that out. As a matter of fact, I've lost the out. You know that most ladders have a 300-pound load limit, just your regular ladder, 280 to 300-pound load limit, and that was always my out. I'm too heavy to get up on that ladder. Get on up there. Well,
yeah,
that's what I'm glad to be able to lose that excuse for not getting up on a ladder. But there's a lot of things like that, and now I can work, and it's not like I actually have the motivation to work. As you lose weight, and people may forget this, uh, a lot of people were, they gain weight over their lifetime, but they originally started out as a healthy, thin person. They haven't been
yeah,
overweight their whole life. Well,
yeah,
you get to maybe 20 years on, and you forgot how much energy you had when you were at a lighter weight, and now it's coming back, and I have a lot more energy to do a lot more things, and so energy isn't a issue anymore, and life is kind of fun. I never did this for vanity. Never. I didn't want to. I didn't think it was going to make me look better. I'm not sure if anything can. A little bit of self deprecation there. But I didn't do it for vanity. I did it because I didn't want to be 65 years old and not be able to walk.
Yeah.
Because my knees were that bad. I never had a problem with blood pressure before. I went down to, well, I can say South America or Antarctic, and all of
Antarctica.
a sudden, all of a sudden, while I was down there, I got this high blood pressure that was. And if I was in a hospital in the States or at a doctor's office in the States, they would have been putting me in the hospital for it. Down there, they figured it was all the salt they were putting in the food. So when I got back, I figured I'd be right back to my regular blood pressure. No, I didn't get back to my regular blood pressure. It stayed high.
Mm.
So when I lost weight, I'm down to the proper blood pressure now. And it just all the health issues that go along with it. A lot of I mean, society now is kind of, don't shame big people, this, that, and the other. But and I don't shame big people because I was a big person. But I'm telling you now that above and beyond the healthcare costs for big people, it's you that you should be worried about.
Yes.
It's the fact that do you want to be 40 or 50 years old and have a heart attack, or do you want to not be able to walk down the street with your kids? Do you have grandkids that you're not going to be able to do anything with because they walk way too fast and you'll be out of breath? Do you want that, or do you want to be in some semblance of physical health where you can at least? I mean, nobody can keep up with a kid. I mean, I'm 60 years old and I can't keep up with kids, but uh if I went to Disneyland with my great niece, at least I could keep her in sight. So,
Make
I
you
mean,
feel sorry.
I might not be able to run 100% all day like kids can, but I can probably keep up with her. And so it was it was overall health, and I didn't want to see myself not being able to do anything. 97 over 89.
Yeah, well, oxygen. This is oxygen reading. This
Oh,
is
that's the
you're
oxygen.
trying to get 98, but no, my blood pressure right now is a little high.
It's still
139 over 84. But I mean,
But
we're at an
that's
exciting
just a
state right
little
now.
high though. It's
Yeah,
not high. They wouldn't even say that's high. That's just elevated.
yeah, it's elevated.
Last time I went to the doctor, mine runs about 125 over 75. Which when I was down in the Antarctic, they recorded, what was it? Two. Oh wait, one. Oh, it was 205 over 105.
Yeah, you'd have been in the hospital if you were here.
If I was
That's
here,
what.
they said, "Oh, that's just the salt." When I got back, it actually hit that a couple of times, and they
Yeah.
put me on blood pressure medicine. And then when I lost the weight, I haven't taken a blood pressure pill in probably a year, and and I
But you
haven't.
do, but you still check it like me. You still check your
I
blood. You
still
got a
check it.
machine. Yeah,
You
because you
always
still
want
got
to
to
check it.
check it. Yeah, you got to check, and that's why I say that's why I love that. It fell off. I got to get another with the freestyle because when I eat stuff now, I know what is going to affect me and how fast it's going to affect me. That's one of the things I liked about that. But the blood pressure, oxygen reading, once you get to
This
me,
all
once you get
this
a certain age, you really got to
Fred.
check a lot.
This is also another thing you want to check. You want to get regular blood tests with. Now the health organization I got the surgery with, they, for like the 6 months, I'd go back and they get blood tests every once in a while, because this surgery, you will start to not be able to you won't be able to eat it as much. And one thing about eating big people is we eat a lot, so somewhere in all that food that we're eating, we're getting the essential vitamins. Well, when you don't eat as much, you're not getting. Now there are bariatric multivitamins. I use. I'll just say it, Fusion. That because that's directed for bariatric surgery patients. Uh, it has iron and everything, but without that, you don't eat as much, so you're not getting as many vitamins and the essential vitamins that you're getting. So it is very important after this surgery that you regularly get a blood work done with you can get done with your general practitioner or whatever, and make sure you're not lacking stuff. Right now, I'm low on iron, and so I'm picking that up, and I'm low on I think hemoglobins. I really don't know what that is, but I'm low on it, whatever it is. So I'm taking a lot of multivitamins and trying to control that. Your blood pressure is just one thing. You gotta your what's in your blood is important too, because you don't, like I said, you don't get as many vitamins anymore. You get a
Yes.
multivitamin. You get a multivitamin through that, and that fusion is really good. And the fusion is actually directed to low weight loss. This is quick weight loss, and you need to take care of yourself while you do it. But it is, I've got to say, it has been I want to say life changing, because right now, if I hadn't have had that surgery, I would have been well over 400 pounds. There
Mm.
wasn't there wasn't any stopping me. There wasn't any turning back. There wasn't any miracle anything. And I know people want to try all these diets, and it is, and you want to keep on trying it. And I just wanted to say one thing is do it. Try all these diets, because it took me I'll say I was overweight for nearly 25 years, since I was 35. And you got to remember, I was in the military. So there was a time that I was not overweight. I was in very good shape.
No,
Uh,
no. Just hey, we're coming up on the hour mark, but I do want to tell a quick story. Were you ever a dancer?
God dang it. I wasn't a dancer, but I did dance, and I was, I danced.
I mean, tell him this story.
I got,
Tell him
I
what you
got,
used to dance to. That's
I,
what I want you to
I was,
tell him.
I
Tell him what
danced.
you used to dance to.
Well, I could country dance really good, but
Okay, that ain't what I'm talking about.
I used I was in the military. I used to like to dance to hip hop. I did do that. I mean, it's fun to dance to hip hop. It's I wasn't that good, and a lot of other people made it look better than I did, but I
Yeah,
tried. I mean, the walking man,
still. Nah, I can't
was the
dance, so
Wrangler.
I'm
I
just
mean,
laughing because I can't dance at all.
dancing is fun, and that's, it was fun. And you lose you. It's a good workout. Dancing, that is a great workout. All right,
All
but
right,
yeah,
so okay, so we basically
around
someone,
for
yeah,
you want
that
to
you
be
want to be
around for.
around. She wants children, a lot of stuff like that. So that's my new goal. My new focus is that's what I focus on. And I'm doing the cleanse because I really want to cleanse a lot of stuff out. And this is more of a it's a physical cleanse, but it's a spiritual cleanse too, because I'm meditating and doing a lot of other stuff because I have other issue, anger issues and stuff like that. But I said if this doesn't work, we're going to look into alternate things. My sister-in-law was supposed to be on here. That's who was I was talking to right before I called you to get this started, and she was like, "No, I don't want you to do that. I want you to do the Ozempic. Everybody, oh, what is that word? Ozempic?
Don't ask
Ozempic?
me. I've heard it, but it's
Yeah. Take the shot. It's expensive. Take the shot. Everybody's doing it. I saw Lizzo's doing it. So many Hollywood celebrities are doing it. But this is the thing with me is anything you do takes discipline. And the one thing I lack on my personal side, I don't care how upset or how bad I am in the morning, I still get up and go to work. But people say, well, you're getting paid to go to work. Well, I mean, I work for a certain thing. I have sick time now. I have more time. I can take more, but I still have that drive. I can get up. I want to go to work because I like the day is you're busy doing stuff. Sitting here, I'm just sitting in the house. I'm not really doing anything unless I'm working out with my job. When I get off, I can get to the gym before I get home. That's how much closer I am with the gym now. So it's like I can go to the gym. I get that hour workout in. I feel better. My thing is discipline, and that's the biggest thing that I'm focused on right now. Is where did my discipline go? But
This is
if we
this
if
is what
we
I got.
get
This is what I got to think. Uh, he said this is not a fix all. I said I don't think it is a fix all. I'm just saying this is the most powerful tool to lose weight that I've ever had. Well, you may have a more powerful tool. Dr. Sabian's might be your tool to lose weight. It may be all you need. So if there's anything that anybody wants to try before they try it, because this is a big step, try it. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. You still got time. And like I said, I got this surgery when I was 59 years old, and I'm 60 now. Uh, right, yeah, right. It because I had this surgery on my birthday. I had it on the birthday when I was 58, and I had it on the birthday when I was 59. Uh, so there's time. There's time to try everything. I tried it all. You're younger than me, so try more things. Try you. The goal is you want to lose weight, and
Mhm.
you still have motivation to do so. So keep trying everything, and know that this is always an option. If you ever need to say, I want to try this, I don't want to try that yet. I'm going to do Dr. Sabian's, and then after Dr. Sabian's, you may want to say, I want to try this before I do the surgery because it's a big step, and my insurance isn't quite right yet, and I don't have. I'm going to try this. So keep on trying things, and if you eventually find something that fits, find something that works for you, man, God bless. That's a great thing. That's the great thing to have. Uh,
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
if you get to a point where I was, where you knew that you were getting too old to exercise as hard as it's going to take, or if you knew that you'll never have enough willpower to stop going by Taco Bell or somewhere else, or stop get all right,
Taco Bell.
I'm gonna get a large pizza, and I'm gonna get some
No.
chicken with it, but I'm gonna save the chicken for later. And then you eat that chicken right after you finish off that large pizza. So I knew that I wasn't coming back. I didn't have the will, so that was my choice. But I tried a lot of things like you, and I was unsuccessful. Well, you may be successful, and I hope you are. I hope something works for you, but I always want you to know that is always an option, and it works really good.
Yeah. Well, this has been very entertaining and informative today. Where we went over. Remember, I told you this, we were talking about like 30 minutes, maybe the most 45. I told you when we get to talking, time is an illusion. Time just starts flying by. It's gone. It would have been even more if like people were in the comments asking us questions and me and that. Before I ever get to that state, I've got to get my studio back up, all the screens and stuff back up like I had before, because it's too much to focus. I'm already doing little stuff, but it's coming back.
Well,
But
you're doing
no,
a great job. You're doing a great job, and if you get some feedback on this, and they want more information, they want to do this again, or they want to talk about something else. You know, sometimes I can talk about a lot of stuff. you know,
well,
sometimes I can't. Sometimes I can't be stopped, and some people say, "Would you shut up?" And
hey, this let me give let me give a subject the next time we talk. I want to do where we tell plumbing stories. Like I told a plumbing story where,
talking to you like this. So thanks.
hey man,
I hope eventually some people get some information and something
well,
to think about.
but that's what I said. This stuff goes out. It is. I told you my number one video right now that is viral, and it's literally viral right now. It's still viral. Was done a year and a half ago, and it's 2 years ago. 2 years ago, because I've been married now for 2 years, over 2 years, and the video is almost 2 hours long. I literally was watching it yesterday. I was like sitting in the bed watching that video and just listening to the music and the stuff that was going on. And it's so funny because over half that video I'm sitting in a car, not even facing the direction that everything is going. I'm in my wife's uncle's car, SUV, and I think I'm sitting in the back seat, and I'm facing a field area. And at that time, I was literally doing a YouTube video. I was in there doing like an 18-minute video, talking right before they're going to get me out and start my part of the marriage ceremony. And it's so interesting every time I see that, and I remember where I was at, and then sometimes they would go back over there and you could kind of see the vehicle, but you don't really see me in it.
Yeah.
And I said, man, that's kind of weird. But that's
Some
that's
people drive
my
off. Some people drive off cliffs doing YouTube videos. You
it's
know,
not
it just
good. Yeah,
happens.
I would drive, but that's what I'm saying. So we don't know. We put these out there. I've done with Mr. Well, one of my other co-hosts with Full Hat, which he's trying to build that up. We still need like 30 more subscribers on that channel to do live videos, because I'm gonna my name on there is gonna be the Mandala Man, and he's way out Nelson. But I like this. This is just you get a chance to talk and just be
That'll
yourself.
be
I'm
a nice
talking.
that'll be a nice effect.
Well, and that's what I like about that, because now we're going to talk about some really weird, crazy stuff.
I know.
You know.
Well, before we do, I've got some things to do. It's been really nice talking to you. And all right, I'll look forward to the next time we do it. Maybe we can get my buddy Jeff on here. He's got some
Oh yeah.
plumbing stories. Jeff's got
What?
some plumbing stories.
Long as he has a link, I can send him a link. I don't know if they will let me break. We have to go to another. It's another format you got to do on the computer to get multiple people